So, Coach Ruben,
Hey, nice to see you, man. Nice to see
well,
you.
thank you for having me. So, I am running this series called "In Their Words." So,
Okay,
thank you for accepting the invite.
you're welcome.
So, I'm in your home. You know, we talk coaching, we talk clarity, we talk businesses and stuff like that. So, I wanted you to come on here and talk to me about your journey. First of all, um, I want the people to know who you are,
Thank you.
why you do what you do, and where you're going with it. So the floor is yours.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Hey, what's up, everybody? What I do, what I do. Well, first of all, let me tell you how I got started in this whole world. I was not intended to be a coach. I did not intend to be in the digital world as we are today. My story is kind of cool, actually. There was a time in my life where I needed to make a decision, and reinvent myself. And I went to school and I took two classes, okay, to college, and one was in database management and the other one was in networking. Right. So, okay, database management. I'm stuck in a cubicle doing little things, right? And on a database, you're putting things in little, columns and stuff like this. And I go like, I did that, and then networking. Then I was out there, connecting routers and writing programs. And this is back in the old days where, Wi-Fi didn't even exist. And I thought like, this is cool. This is has me out
Mm,
resolving problems rather than being like a mushroom in a dark corner, inputting sources. No, definitely not database. So I went into networking. Well, it just so happens that right after I graduated from school, I went to work with Pro Systems. And cool enough, we were developing, and with Cisco Systems, we were developing a brand new protocol.
mm,
And and it was called 802. And and we would connect to chat rooms, nothing like chat rooms from today. This was, black screens with little gray dots,
yeah.
and you typed. And somebody asked me for the information of something that we were testing. We were testing antennas of all things. Hey, 802, this is what was known by then. Today we know it as Wi-Fi. Okay, so this is the beginnings of Wi-Fi, all right? So and it just so happens that the little routers, the access points that we had at that time, had two antennas.
Mm,
And the antennas were canceling each other. So one had to be vertical, one had to be horizontal, and there were different specs. And somebody asked, if I could put this on a CD. Well, I had no clue how to do that. All I knew is that this little thing that came out was to put my coffee on the computer. Somebody, well, he showed me how to do that. So I went to eBay, and I only had one. I had the ability to make more copies, but at that moment, eBay was asking me how many do I have. So I only have one. Okay,
mm.
so I grabbed that one and I put it in there, and then I just went back to the chat rooms and I gave this big long URL, to people, of to how to find it on eBay. eBay was like only 2-3 years old. Okay, PayPal, was just starting out, wasn't even connected with eBay. That was a whole different thing. Okay, so I put it on there and I told everybody that I had the CD that had all the schematics and all the new information about this brand new protocol that everybody wanted to have.
Mm,
Because nobody had Wi-Fi. This is something brand new.
yeah.
So the cool thing was that I sat there and I watched, because I was, I mean, just you're watching a pot boil, it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna watch it, and then I see 250, $3, 350, and I'm going like, oh my god, so it's kind of like, wow, people are fighting for this. That single CD 26 years ago sold for $187.50.
Wow.
I know, right? So this guy, what? So I went back and told my friend, and I said, oh my God, this just happened. And he goes like, cool, you can go back. And he said to me, based on eBay's rules and terms, back then everybody read those things. Okay. You can go back and offer people a copy at their last bid price. I said, no way. So I went to talk to 167. I went to talk to 165. I went to talk to all the people below 182.50, and I offered them a copy. Everybody said yes. I made $2,750 my very first time online with this one
Wow.
CD. Today we call that an info product. So after that, it was like, okay, done deal. I'm sold on this internet thing. So not only was I working in networking, but I was able to monetize my knowledge at that time, and that taught
That's
me
awesome.
something. That
That's
taught me something.
that's awesome.
Our knowledge has value.
Hmm.
And I've been selling my knowledge online. I join masterminds. Every year I join a different mastermind, and because I acquire knowledge not only from the sponsor of the mastermind but the members. Okay, and because they're all investing in themselves, and that happens at a certain level of growth when you get to invest in yourself to grow. And then, of course, I have my own masterminds, I had my own coaching groups, and now I can bring that knowledge to them and show them how they can define a market, how they can clarify their message, and they can position their value correctly.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I got a question for you.
Mm.
So if you were to start like as brand new to be in the coaching business compared to how you started
Right,
back then,
right.
how would you do that today?
Oh, thank you for asking that question. It fascinates me because we are human beings, and you know what human beings love to do?
Mm.
Complicate the shit out of everything. Okay, because life is really simple. Um, so if I was to start all over again, let's say that I was to, lose my social media, which has happened, okay, several times. All right. So you get to have your account blocked, your Instagram's gone, TikTok's gone, LinkedIn's gone, and everything, and all you have is your phone and your contact list. There's a minimal viable message that you can create. There's a knowledge that you already have. There's a problem that you have already solved. And if you have solved the problem, I bet you that you're not the only one that's ever had that problem.
Hmm.
I bet there's other people out there with a similar problem. And they're probably thinking, how can I get to the solution faster? Okay, that's a recipe.
Yes.
Okay, I know how to solve that problem. Why? Because maybe I made mistakes, or maybe somebody else taught me. So I either earned it or I bought it, right? But I have the knowledge. So can I share that knowledge with somebody else and short path their way to success? Absolutely, I can. So I can really create a minimal viable message, send it to my contact list, and let's say, that you have 100 people in your contact list.
Hmm.
More people say, oh, I don't know that many people. I bet you if you look at your contact list in your phone, you probably got more than 100 people in there.
Yeah.
Okay. But you just forgot about that. This is my own long lost cousin. I haven't talked to him in 10 years. Well, guess what? He's still alive. Okay. And maybe he may need the solution that you have,
Yeah.
or he may know someone. So with that contact list, you can send them a short, minimal viable message. We show how to do that in the academy, and you're going to get somebody who's going to say, "Yeah, I'll check it out." So what would I do if I had to start all over again? I would make an inventory of the problems that I've solved. I would see what the value of that are, and there's a formula for that. I would apply that formula. I would come up with a value of two, three, $5,000
Hmm.
to solve that problem. Make sure that I can explain how I can short path the way to that success because I've done it. I have the map. It's just like the little blue line in the GPS. I want to go from point A to point B,
Hmm.
and it tells you don't go this way because there's 10 more minutes. So this is the shortest path. You just follow that, and then if you can offer support and accountability, and then just go to your list, send them, it's really like a 97 word text message. Actually, it's less than 150 characters. You send it out, they see it. It's either for them or for somebody else. Somebody responds. You get to talk to them. You get to sell your product. So this is how you can start from scratch with no following, with no social media, with no list, and possibly generate an extra 5, 10, 15, $20,000 in the next 90 days.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, question for you: when did that clarity click for you?
Oh, you know, it was through trial and error. And it really was a coach. And I was, I felt the burden that I was confusing people with my message.
Mm.
And it was a coach that I hired that he was actually able to give me the framework that gave me the clarity. So it didn't come from me. That came from somebody else. And, and I think that that's what happens. Sometimes we get stuck in our own head.
Hmm.
And that's like people that say, I'm working in, people that are stuck working in the business instead of on the business. And that's where that comes from.
Uh, while you mentioned that, I know you wrote your book, The Five Level of Entrepreneurial Growth. Like it talks about the different levels that people may find themselves. Now for anybody who's watching right now, if you can give an overview of the book, and just maybe someone may say, I think I am in that level. And what do they need to do to move on to the next level?
Perfect. The 5 levels of entrepreneurial growth. Entrepreneurship is a journey. Okay. And
Mm,
a lot of people say, well, I want to do this entrepreneurial thing. The actual entrepreneur, it's level 4 of this 5-step journey that
mm-hmm,
we need to go through. The level 1, let's describe level 1 real quick here, because a lot of people happen to find themselves in it. This is the professional. This is the person that says, I have knowledge, I have acquired a skill, I have these experiences that I want to share with somebody else. Maybe like the brand new, coach, the brand new person that wants to go out there and build a course or create something that is additional to what they're doing right now. And that's the professional. They're looking to find their voice, they're looking to find their market, they're looking to find their value.
mm,
Okay. And we call that the hustler. Okay. That's the guy who has his 9 to 5. You still got to go home, pick up the kids, put the kids to bed. And now, after the kids are in bed, dinner's done, the kids are in bed. Now they got to do something else. So they got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning before everybody else to do something. That's the hustler. Okay. That's the guy that's, a person, one guy or woman, that are looking to do that. That's level 1. Maybe you happen to be there. Um, because you're still struggling. Level 2 is when we've moved beyond, finding our value, finding our market, and now we have a message, and now we have starting to see some consistent revenue.
mm,
Okay. Now it's just not onesies and twosies here or there. So now we have a little bit of consistent revenue. Now we're taking some of that revenue and we're investing it back into the business, and we get like maybe an assistant, the VA for a couple hours, to do a couple of things for us that, so we can start releasing. Now, pretty much we are starting a business, but we are self-employed at this time,
yeah.
because you're still feeding, you're in the business and you're getting fed from the business, but you're in the business. Okay. So the next level up is where we become the small business owner. Okay. And the small business owner now has few systems in place. He's still working in the business for the most part, but now he has a couple of people that are helping him to deliver.
Mm,
Okay. What it is that he is delivering. And level 4 is where the entrepreneur is at. Now he has systems in place. He has people that are running those systems. He has SOPs. He has a consistent cash flow. And now he needs to go to the next level. Level 5 is the CEO, the visionary, or the founder. But the difference between level 1, 2, 3, and 4 is that 1, 2, and 3, you're pouring everything into that idea of the business.
mm,
Level 4 changes all of that,
yeah.
because now you have to pour into this. Now the thinking needs to change. Whatever got you to 100 grand is not going to get you to a million. That's different thinking. And whatever got you to a million will not get you to 5 or 10 with the same people.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Those are different skill sets. That's different mindset. So level 5, the entrepreneur is the one who's starting to invest in this. And there's one more level,
Tell
even
me.
though the book says 5. Okay. There's a level 6, and that's a special chapter in the book.
All right. That's amazing. So this is a great book. I have a copy, and I enjoy this copy. So you have the assessment that comes with the book. What does this assessment do for people? Like,
Excellent. Listen, entrepreneurialassessment.com. Go there, do the assessment. It's no cost to you at all. You actually, at the back end, you're going to get a free copy of the book. The assessment is 10 questions. It's really cool. It took us. The book came after 15 years worth. I worked at it right now. I looked at my account the other day, and I've actually worked with 1,993 paying clients. Okay, so I'm proud of that. Getting ready to cross the 2,000.
woohoo!
All right, I know, right? So, in from all of those, and in 15 years in the coaching industry, that's where the book came from. That's all the research.
Mhm,
So the questions are based to help you diagnose where you're at, because maybe you're thinking like a CEO. Maybe you think that you think like a CEO, but you're still a level 2.
mhm,
Okay, listen, that CEO thing doesn't belong to you yet. Okay,
mm-mm.
let's make sure that we nail down level 2 so you can go to level 3, level 4, because CEO's level 5. Okay, that's a different kind of thinking. So The assessment is designed so that you go there, you answer these questions, and at the end, it's going to tell you, hey, listen, based on this, you are at this level, thinking like this, and this are the two, three different deliverables to the things that you got to do in order to move to the next level and be there solid.
Hmm.
Then it's going to give you a map. It's going to show you where you're at, and it's going to say if you want to go there, these are the three steps, the three things that you got to do. Three steps, and boom, now you're solid at that level. Now you can grow. That's what the assessment does. It helps you. It's a mirror. Okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I got to do.
That's amazing. So, what would you say to someone who's watching right now and they've been thinking about getting into the coaching business and they have that fear of starting?
Hmm.
What would you say to that one person right now?
Ah, I understand the fear. It's the fear of the unknown. But when you have structure, you have clarity. Okay, so it's a matter of following the framework.
Hmm.
Okay, I mean, if I don't know where I'm going, I'm going to be scared myself. I don't know where I'm going. I just don't get in my car and start doing right turns and making it bigger till I find your house. Okay? What if I'm going through the wrong neighborhood? I don't know. Okay. But if I have a GPS and I can put this are the coordinates we want to go to, the GPS is going to say, let me calculate that for a second. Hey, listen, go 3 blocks, 3/4 of a mile, turn left, and then turn right. That's a map.
Hmm.
So this is what I would tell to somebody who says, well, I have experience, I have education, I have knowledge. I think I know that I can help somebody else solve a particular problem if they are problem aware and I can offer my solution. What you need is a framework. The framework will give you clarity. Clarity is going to give you confidence.
That's awesome. So, one last question for you. From the five levels of entrepreneurial growth, which of the levels is your primary target right now?
My primary target is level one. Okay, that is the professional, the person that is looking to define their market. Who is it specifically that they want to serve? They're trying to clarify their message so that they can attract the right person. And much more importantly, is who do they not want to work with? There's one specific message that actually accomplishes both things. It
Hmm.
tells this is who I want, this is the solution that I have for you, but not for all of you. Okay. And then to position your value correctly.
That's amazing. Well, guys, you got it. This is In the Words with Inside Social Media Management. We have Coach Ruben. He just, laid down the foundation for you. He gave you the map, and you know what to do next. Until then, you stay blessed.